How could it be that every time we hear the statements, eyes tell everything, all of us are taken to that painting, the fallen angel, like he's engraved in us? And no matter the amount of well-produced works that comes after, and there are many, don't get me wrong, nothing can quite replace it. It's in our art, our media, on the streets, Samurai Jack, Spilt, Mulholland Drive, My Own Private Idaho, Sansa, Anakin Skywalker, and this guy, wow. Every scene he is in is just another reference to a fallen angel. We can talk about him alone in a future video, but nonetheless, that stare is everywhere. But why? First of all, to comprehend why that specific painting was influential, you have to understand the subject. The original painting done by Capinol in 1847 is of Lucifer after he fell following his failed rebellion against his father. The beautiful Samael has fallen from the sky, a very long fall. He landed, his wings useless, his body hurt, and his pride wounded. At a first look, he still doesn't look like your advertised devil. No horns, no claws, no weird legs, or a red face. Just a handsome man. The kind that would make Zeus's acquaintances do this. But why would you depict a devil like that? Well, the answer is simple. Oxymoron. To let you focus on the mental breakdown that Lucy is having, he made their physical body look very much divine, a physical perfection of a divine creature while emotionally experiencing divine rejection. Another detail is them being nude, and they aren't just so could happen. No, but to show vulnerability. Now, capital G favorite angel is sitting naked, has nothing to protect him. He has been stripped of his former status. He's sitting lonely, and not just that. His wings aren't in the best shape either. He can see the effect of the divine rejection on him. The further away from the body you go, the darker it gets. It starts with the divine white that turns bluish and keeps going that color till it's almost black, or a withering brown, like leaves fallen in autumn. To me, it looks like if the wings themselves are losing air, suffocating after they lost their ability to freely roam the skies. A part of himself that he is still losing. But not just that. The wings that are now useless are acting like dead weight that is still connected to him. He can't get rid of them or move easily, and the shape that Capinol puts the wings in looks very much like a cage that Lucy is trapped in.
Oh, please.
It kinda reminds me of what happens to soldiers in Halo when their armor-body connection fails. Not just the wings, though, that are working as a part of the torment. Look at Lucifer's surroundings. He fell onto a hard rock that the vegetation on is thorny. The heavenly creature, that is not used to pain, has been placed into an earthly environment that is rough, tangled, and uncomfortable. And there is a subtle biblical association here too. The fallen world is a world of struggle and suffering, as long as it is away from its creator. And if we stop looking at the painting's details for a second and take a wider look, we can see the striking difference in the color scheme used for heaven and earth. The heavenly colors are of halo, light blue and white. Freedom, while Earth has a way darker hue, pointing to it being a land of sin and corruption, something we can confirm if we look at his wings again, being darker the closer they are to Earth. And seeing Lucy struggle with his wings from underneath them are angels that look more than happy flexing their wings, rubbing it in his face, the splendor he has lost. It's basically psychological torture, especially that one facing him. Ugh, if I were there, I'd have bitten his face off. What makes it so effective, though, is that he knows, and they know, that they don't need to fight him anymore. They can just stay in the grace of their God, being happy. And contradicting that happiness comes one of the most important details: the eyes. To make you focus more on them, the arm is covering the rest of the face, and once you start looking at them, first thing that you will feel is pure pain and rage, like he's saying, "How could you do this to me?" with a trembling voice, the sore throat that is holding a scream that is just asking to get out. Then you see the tear, and it complicates the feeling even more. You look again at the eyes and suddenly you can't put your finger on the feeling. Not anymore. If you let yourself drown in these eyes for a second, you'll start hearing a narrative. You can look at it and see, I'm hurt. Then I'm enraged. Then I hate you. Then I miss heaven. Then I'm ashamed. Then again, I'll get revenge. And you will stay with that feeling for a while, as if you have gone through the story with them all the way. And that was its conclusion.